the champion bumper. This is a good race this year, Will. I like it when there's sort of like some hype around some Willie Mullinsy type bumper horses. And even when we've had it with Gordon as well over the years, where it's been a horse that people talk about through the summer, like this will win the bumper. Then they come out and you just basically start seeing I guess it's like the birth of a new superstar. Yet this season, it's all been a little bit about what's won for Willie Mullins last. So Bambino Fever won at the Dublin Race Festival, went to the favourite. Then Copacabana came out for Patrick, which I did think was interesting because Fun was over here. He always gets involved with it wasn't there, but he stayed in Ireland to run Copacabana. It was weak in the market, then got supported. That's gone off went down to favouritism, didn't it? Ruby Walsh was tipping that up as the champion bumper winner in a couple of previews. Since then, we've had another horse that's come out. Forget the name of the horse. It won yesterday, didn't it? The Professor Tilsdale runner. This is bad for a preview. I'll grab his name from my phone. That's it. Game of Inches. And he looks good, but loads of people messaged me and said, "Wow, have you just seen Willie's in the bumper?" And I watched it back and I just thought, just Willie's in the bumper, and it's not. I didn't see anything godly there. But the two that I think are like the ones. It's not always from early in the season. I think lots of winners of this have come out and just won more recently, or their better forms towards the end of the season. But Calypso Chance, I feel really uncomfortable about the fact that Patrick rode him, right? And this, again, maybe I'm being weird with conspiracy theories, but I feel like it's like Ronaldo saying to Messi, do you want to train together before the match this weekend? Why would you let him in your camp on your best horse if, I don't know, I'm not saying like if there was something special or whatever. He's obviously done that to win that race. I just don't think that Gigginstown really care about the bumper. I don't think this horse has been was raced at that point with a view that we'll go and get him to win there. I think it was a case of he's won his races at the time that he's won them. I don't think he's been saved or got loads extra for this particular race. And I don't think they'll care how he gets on in a champion bumper. This will just be a stepping stone in his career that hopefully they make him into a Gold Cup horse like they buy every single one of the horses for. I do like him on figures and stuff. He's got a chance, but I feel like he's a frame horse rather than a winner of this race. The one I do think is solid, which is, I think, easy to say, is Wind Beneath My Wings for David Pipe, because I was quite dismissive of what he did at Ascot first time up. Everyone got really excited about it. And I remember watching it back and thinking, begrudgingly, I was like, he actually did look quite good, didn't he? And I think what he did there, figures-wise, is as good a performance in a bumper as anything on both sides of the sea's done in the past. I think the fact that he couldn't get another run into him and he's had to keep him fresh going into this is potentially a positive for him, because that was his first run for the yard. They know that he's a good horse. They're having to train him like he's a good horse. Whereas if they'd have run him in between and found out it was a little bit exposed, maybe they would have done things a little bit differently or decided to change things up or whatever it is. They could have overcomplicated it. So I think it's nice and simple for him. And obviously Pipe did really well with Moon Racer in the past. And I know it's like a loose thing to use. But the way that he talks about this horse, he's not saying he's better or even like confirmatively saying that he's as good as Moon Racer. But he's saying at the stage that they are now, what he's done, you'd have to say he's at least on a par with him. Obviously, time will tell how good he is. But Moon Racer was the horse that missed a bit of his novice days, didn't he? And then they ended up sending him into a champion hurdle as a novice. So, like, Pipe's not the type of horse to get over-egged about a horse in the slightest. He keeps his lips quite sealed. So I think the talk about this horse looks quite good. I think in a year where we have had Willie Mullins' horse every week comes out going into a new favouritism, tells you all you need to know about the Irish depth this year. And the fact Calypso's Chance is still available at 7-1, despite the fact that he's got those big figures, despite the fact that Patrick rode him. Even Patrick's comments after were like, yeah, he's a nice horse. Like, he wasn't saying anything like extra aggressive about him. I think everyone knows this side of the sea and the other side of the sea that the best horse in the bumper this year is with the Brits. It's Wind Beneath My Wings. The only other one from the Brits I think is semi-interested is No Drama this end for Nichols. Beat a really good horse of Skelton's. I say a really good horse. A horse I think is a very good prospect of Skelton's last time out. He could be interesting, but I'd want sort of 20-1 plus about him, and I'd want more places than just the three that are on offer at the moment. But Wind Beneath My Wings would be the one that I fancy in the bumper. But again, it's a race that, from a staking perspective, I'd never be having more than probably a point or a couple of points in a bumper.